Hello, hello, and I'm back again in Kerbal Space Program. So, carrying on from last time, we got back from orbit and we just unlocked some stuff. And I'm gonna go into the VAB, and the first thing I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna grab the orbiter that I used last time, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap out the Science Junior for a crew capsule. So I'm swapping this out so that I can load up with all the other Kerbols so they can all get leveled up, as found out from last time that getting to orbit will cause them to completely level up to level 1, which should hopefully mean that we can use Bob to have SAS control, so we can use him in future missions to reset science, which would be very useful. So overall our craft has a little bit less delta V, and I think that you need about 2.5 to 3,000 to circularize an orbit with a ship. I'm not 100% sure, but I did a little bit of googling last time, but we'll see. I've also added on some more parachutes just because I'm worried that this little one won't be enough to slow us down. And then I will just murder 3 Kerbols, which I really don't want to do. So just rename this for posterity. Cool, so we've got the passenger orbit, so I'm not going to take Jeb because he's leveled up. We'll take Val as the pilot, and then Bill and Bob. Here we are on the launch pad. Make sure my staging is correct. Cool, let's just go for it. Going through the nice cloud layer. Always looks very like, I don't know, like the dirty clouds. Maybe it's just because of all the exploding rockets underneath it. So I was hoping to be already pointing at 45 degrees by this point, but it doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Got more than enough fuel, hopefully, in theory. So what I'm looking up for at the moment is I'm waiting for this to get about 50 seconds away, I think, and then we can start following our prograde marker. I am absolutely following Matt Lowndes' guides to Kerbal Space Program. And that's that stage done with, so it can separate you out. And then I'm just going to wait until we get to our apoapsis. Let's start circularizing now. And boom, we're in orbit. Not exactly the prettiest of orbits, but it'll do for this. Let's bring them home. Let's start our deorbit burn. Call it there because I'm kind of aiming to try and land at the Kerbal Space Center. Get a bit better at trying to re-enter where I actually want to. Thought maybe if I overshoot it, that'll pull back, but I think I'm still probably going to land maybe around here. And I always forget to take in the fact that the planet is also spinning into the equation of this. Back in the atmosphere now, and Valentina is absolutely loving it. How are Bill and Bob finding it? Oh, hello. Bill and Bob just look like they're on the train. Just having a casual time, even though they're... Well, I've kind of ruined their view a little bit by putting parachutes over the windows, but I think they'd rather not die than have a nice view. Well, maybe. The Kerbols are a bit crazy about that. Yeah, never mind. I have drastically undershot that. One day, maybe I'll get there. They say practice makes perfect, but trial and error repeatedly maybe gets you somewhat more vaguely is a bit more of an accurate term. Lose that part of the... Well, I said let's leave that part of the rocket, but he doesn't want to leave us. I didn't put a decoupler on. That's why it doesn't want to leave us. Oh dear. Oh no, what was that? Oh, it was only the science things that I've not used at all anyway. That is fine. I'm just going to try... Oh, that's scary. As I was saying, I'm just going to try and spin to hopefully not dart and just go stupidly quickly. Try and slow myself down as much as possible. Still fairly high up, so I should be okay. No, I don't like this, though. I am not slowing down as much as I want to. Might even be worth jettisoning the heat shield. Oh well. Looks like I just turned this into a missile. Let's try that again. So we're back here again, and this time actually with a nice decoupler. Didn't realise until just now, but also probably a big part of the problem is the fact that the weight is completely differently distributed, so again, I guess we'll have to see if this actually hasn't helped at all. I did actually remember to create a quick save this time, so I can reload the mission instead of starting it all over again. So that'll be nice. So we're starting to actually re-enter now. I'm going to slow down the time warp because I'm paranoid. Oh, and we have span around again. Let's try using that fuel. Nope. Spinning back and forth, activating the rocket when I'm facing the right way. Okay, that's gone. Let's decouple. Don't tell me the heat shield was attached to the other part of it after all that. Well, that was a bit ridiculous. Hey, good news though. Look where we're coming up to. I think we're once again gonna crash right into it, but we are actually at the Kerbol Space Center. So, you know, I'm learning something. Oh my god, the parachute's opened. Is it quick enough? Yes! I absolutely did not think that they were going to open in time then. I'm glad I didn't just automatically revert. Oh, that was spooky. And touchdown, and everyone is safe, and nothing went wrong. Cool, so obviously we didn't get much science part of that, but everyone is level 1, so that's quite nice. Okay, so looking through the missions, the things that I'm definitely going to be doing is I'm going to be going to the Mun. So let's accept that, get a nice little bit of money there. I'm going to quickly do a couple of these really easy ones just for some quick money, even though there's not a lot of money. So I've accepted the mission to explore the Mun, because that'll be probably the next main thing I do. I think Minmus is technically easier to actually land on, even though it's further away, because it's got such a low amount of gravity to land on. However, in terms of the actual exploration, the game thinks of it as the next destination on. So we probably will just follow the contracts and go to the Mun first, because why not? We should have the stuff necessary to do it. I've also just accepted a couple of these really easy ones, because even though it barely gives me anything, that can be done in a couple of seconds. And this is basically what we've just done. So I might just quickly get those done, and I will see you when those are done. Look at this little boy. Woo! Oh no, oh no. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Either way, we can run the test and activate staging. I put no fuel in this, and that's the 2 quick ones done. So I've made a couple of changes to this passenger rocket. I've added bigger solid rocket fuel boosters. I've added a bigger fuel tank in that sort of orbiting stage. Drogue chutes to hopefully slow us down and help us point in the direction a bit more. And I'm just going to add on the decoupler that I need to do for the test. I looked away whilst it was loading. What just happened? Oh dear. Cool, let's try this without it falling over. That's the passenger ship in an orbit. Let's warp around to the other side where I can test the decoupler. Test the decoupler. Did that work? Okay, so irritatingly it turns out that activating this without anything on the other end of it doesn't count as testing the part, so I'm going to have to do that one again. And at least that's the first part of people's being very... So for this launch, I've moved the decoupler down, so it's not just randomly stuck on the top, because that wasn't helping anybody. And I've lowered the thruster of these solid fuel boosters, and that's made me I was about to say that's made me a lot more stable. And then I started flipping over. Either way, that did seem to be going a lot better than the previous attempt. So let's continue just to point about here. Okay, so we're back up to an orbit of 100,000 to 110,000. Got Erebro and Alien on board, so it's our new pilot and the tourist. So let's do our deorbit burn and then break the decoupler and hope that that counts as the test being complete. I've seen a problem. I needed to be in orbit, so I can't do my... Let's try and cheese this. It won't be the nice, slow descent that I was hoping for, but 5-point retrograde and throttle up and really, really quickly decouple. Hopefully what remaining fuel will push me out of an orbit. Okay, that nearly worked. I just need a little bit more time, so if I just really, really ever so slightly boost my periapsis, and then try this again. Yeah! Cheesed it. Excellent, and I am definitely going to head back down. Oh, that worked out quite well, I think. And we're landed, and we actually managed to get everything done. So we've got Alien up to a level 1 pilot, which is nice, and we've completed our contract. So now that we've got a decent amount of money in the bank, so that means that next time we can start exploring the Mun. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and see you next time.